Hello and welcome. I'm Teacher Kirby, and this is a very special Teacher's Corner. I'm actually going to go ahead and this is going to be a series. We're starting a brand new toon from the very beginning and leveling up. This is actually going to be my Agents of Yesterday toon. So I'm going to take you through the entire process, tell you my thoughts, etc., and give you some tips and tricks on leveling that new character or creating that new character. Now the first thing I like to do, of course, I'm going to start an Agents of Yesterday toon. So I've chosen 23rd century Starfleet, and you see the special banner that it has. I'm going to go ahead with human, and just for grins I'm going to leave it as female. I'm going to choose because I know I want my toon to be able to do about 50. I always like to think of the end in mind where I want to take this toon that I'm making. And so I've already decided I want this toon to be able to do about 50k DPS. This toon's going to have beams that have the mods of crit D3 overload. It's kind of a fun build. Decided that's what I wanted to do with it. So, and I want to maximize the potential for that build type or those mods. So I'm going to go ahead and get tactical. A tactical toon. So I'm choosing tactical here. Now, I'm not that into Space Barbie, so I'm not really gonna pay much attention to this at all. I'm gonna pretty much leave it as is. Maybe I'll have her with long hair. But that's pretty much about the extent of what I'm gonna do. Okay, I kind of like this hairstyle. It's cute. Alright, I'm just gonna leave everything else as is. And so for my name, now choosing a good name, you can go with random, which I think I'm gonna go with random until I find something I like. Let's see. Josephine. Scotty. Ooh, okay. We're gonna pay homage to Scotty, the engineer. So I'm gonna leave that. And I think I'm gonna call my ship name Teacher's Corner. There we go. Alright. I'm not really that much into role playing, so I'm going to leave the biography blank, but I'm going to go ahead and click engage. Alright, so that's starting my character. Again, I already have the end in mind. I know what I want from my character. So I'm going to go ahead and start.
Captain's log, stardate 6147.4. We're orbiting planet Taurus 2 in the Murasaki 312 nebula. Our orders? Investigate the disappearance of a science vessel in this area. Search and rescue operations are about to commence.
Alright, so we have our order. I'm going to go ahead and play through this. This is, of course, I've played through this. We have the tutorial coming up, you know, the help thing, so I told it to disable pop-up. So that'll be minimized, and I'm going to go talk to the captain here. Love the new bridge, by the way.
Lieutenant, we've located the wreckage of a crashed ship down there. I need to get boots on the ground, find out what's going on. Take a landing party down to the surface. Assess the situation and look for survivors. Not so fast. We can't use the transporters due to atmospheric interference. You'll need to take a shuttlecraft down. Use the sensors to locate a safe landing site.
Sounds good to me, sir. Okay. So I'm going to go over and scan. Love the sound. Okay, I've scanned the surface. Now I go back and talk to the captain again.
Did you find a suitable landing area?
Yes, sir. There's a good-sized clearing close to the crash.
Excellent. I've assigned Ensign Mears to your landing party. She's been to Taurus 2 before. Her insight will be quite valuable. Meet up with her and the others in the shuttle bay. Don't forget to grab a phaser in the armory on your way. From what I've read in Jim Kirk's report, Taurus 2 can get a little rough.
Aye, sir. On my way. Alright, so now I'm going to go down. So I need to use the turbo lift. Doors are going to open. And I click on the interaction button. Alright. Now you notice my chat's going off here. I forgot to do. Big thing for my peace of mind. Click on options. HUD, and I've already saved a UI. So I'm going to load my UI. There's my peace of mind. Now you see I can tell what my chat is. I've got my normal user interface that I'm used to from my other tunes, and there we go. Alright, so now I'm going to talk to Ensign Tarsi.
Ensign Tarsi, reporting for duty. The captain's asked me to make sure you get back in one piece, and I intend to do just that. Let's see. M-class planet. Barely. The Taurians are big, primitive, and quick to anger. I'd keep my phaser handy if I were you. Speaking of which, if you want to follow me to the armory, we can make sure your phaser is properly calibrated.
Okay, so here we're going to be able to pick up a phaser. We're going to follow Ensign Tarsi to the armory. Alright. And you see there's a interaction, so I'm going to pick up the phaser. And now I have to equip it. You have to do this part. Oh, there it is, it's already equipped. Alright, so you have to do this part in order to get the initial phaser. And now I'm going to follow her. I'm going to come out and we're going to head to the shuttle. And here's Ensign Mears.
Ensign Mears, reporting as ordered. I'm ready when you are. Though I can't say I'm happy to see Taurus 2 again. I was one of the so-called Galileo 7, a science team sent to study the Murasaki effect. Our shuttle crashed on Taurus 2. Not all of us made it back to the Enterprise alive. Thank you. You can see why I'm reluctant to return to such a place. Yes, of course you're right, Lieutenant. I am a Starfleet officer, and I will perform my duties. You can count on me.
Alright. So we're going to go in, and we're going to follow Ensign Mears. Actually, we're going to bypass her. We're going to go to the shuttle and... Alright, so this is the initial stuff. You do have to get through this until you can get to a place where you can access anything else. Alright. I need to talk to Mears again.
Ugh. It's just as grim as I remember it here. My skin is crawling. I can't help but feel like the creatures are out there, watching us, waiting to attack. Right. Okay. It appears the ship crashed somewhere north of here. There are 2 paths from here that lead to the crash site, and there may be survivors on both. I recommend you take Alpha Team along the northwestern path, and I'll take Beta to the northeast. We'll rendezvous at the main crash site.
Alright, so we're gonna go northwest. Now, one thing to remember as we're going here. We're looking for...
Is that
There it
a
is.
warp nacelle? Wow.
There's a warp missile. Alright, we're gonna investigate. Now when we come up along, when we come to a certain
Definitely
point, we will have
Federation
an...
tech here. What's left of a shuttlecraft's coolant assembly, according to my tricorder.
We will have a enemy to fight very soon. And thing to
There's the
remember,
crashed shuttle. What's left of it anyway? Look, someone's over there. I think they're hurt.
let's go give him a hand. There we go. We're going to treat our...
Can I have a word, Lieutenant? Lieutenant, you won't be able to get close enough to revive him while that thing's venting plasma. Those valves should shut down the vents, though.
Alright, so let's do the valves, which are in the back of the ship. And there we go, shutting off the plasma vent so we can accomplish our goal. Now we can treat the injured survivor.
Thank you. We need to move. Those things, they're out there.
Flores, look out!
Alright. Oh, the unknown redshirt died. What a shocker.
What do they feed these things? Never mind.
Alright. You'll notice I'm aiming and crouching before I fire. Oh, I forgot to put on auto fire. Let's take care of that now. There we go, toggle. Alright. Okay, and there we go, we're getting the survivor. And walking away from the crowd. And now, of course, I have talk. I come out of my crouch and aim mode.
I'm Dr. Phineas Grogan, part of a research team studying the Murasaki effect. Well, I was before the ship crashed. I was looking for supplies when that thing roared. Got distracted and then that plasma coil blew. Damn near killed me. You're telling me we should get those supplies back to camp. Dr. Mueller's probably worried sick about it by now.
Alright, so now we're gonna get the supply. Okay. And now we're gonna follow this guy and head back to camp. Okay, and now we have a new guy to talk to.
Am I glad to see you?
We thought we were stranded here with those monsters.
Okay. Respond to that little tell, because I like to respond to people.
Just put them over there for now. You know,
Okay.
I think there's some old phaser rifles in there. Might come in handy against those creatures.
Alright. Always remember to set your auto fire with 2 first. And just in case you missed it because I was in battle, to set the auto fire again, options, click on controls while you're on the ground, scroll all the way down, we want toggle non-combat cancels, and then you right click 2 and then 1, and that sets you to auto fire. Alright, so we're going to go deliver the supplies, and now we're going to go check the crate. We're going to go, there we go. And there's some rifles. We're going to take one.
I'll set up some targets while you get ready.
A phaser? I've never shot
There
one
we
of
go.
these before.
Wait, you want me to shoot this?
And now they want to teach us how to equip. So we equip. And let's put that there. And now the phaser rifle is our primary weapon. So we go over here. And a little bit of target practice.
Lieutenant. Let the survivors start shooting and give them some pointers.
Works for me. Okay, so they start shooting. We're gonna get them. There we go.
That gives me a lot more control.
Adjust to stand.
Wow, thanks. That feels a lot better.
And then I shoot myself.
They're right behind you.
Alright. And our friends are coming in now. We're going to shoot them. Shoot the bad guys following our friends. And because we're in auto fire, remember aim and crouch so that we get the best effect. And there we go. We need to go back and talk to Ensign Mir.
We need to get these people to safety, Lieutenant. The Taurians will be back, and in greater numbers.
And we're going to send them to fall back to the wreckage. Alright. Now that they are expert marksmen. Tell her to fall back. So I have to tell everybody to go back to the wreckage. Tutorials are fun. They teach you how to interact with everything in the basics of how to interact with things in the game. Alright, now I need to talk to Ensign Mears again.
Lieutenant, we've held them off so far because they're scared of our weapons. But I don't think that'll last much longer. We've got to fall back to the wreckage. I might have an idea.
Alright, we fall back to the wreckage.
Shut the doors.
Boy, that's
They're
a
right
big
behind
shuttle. Alright, so we've learned, as you see, how to interact with consoles, how to talk with people, how to shoot, how to equip items.
Okay. Last
Etc.,
time I was
etc.
here, Commander Scott electrified the hull of our shuttle. That drove the Taurians off when they tried to break in. Think we can pull something like that off here?
Okay. So now I have to interact with the console again. And we're going to electrify the hull. we scare them off. Yay! We win the day and talk to Ensign Mears again.
You did it! Lieutenant, it worked! Bless you, Scotty, wherever you are. I think we owe you a very nice bottle of scotch. The Taurians ambushed us. I managed to escape, but the others, they've been taken. We've got to do something, and fast!
Get the survivals to the shuttle. Tarsi and I will rescue the hostage.
I was thinking, we can use our tricorders to track residual heat signatures left by the Taurians.
Alright, so we're going to head here and we're going to scan. So now we're learning how to interact. And we're going to move on. Oh, there we go. They're throwing arrows! There we go. Remember, aim and crouch. You will take less damage that way. Okay. And let follow. There we go. And follow the footprints. There they are. As you can see. To their conclusion. Oh, he's got a couple of survivors there. Looks like he's getting ready to roast them. Let's save him. Remember, aim and crouch. Try and avoid the rock if possible.
Lieutenant! We're over here! Help!
And they call for help, and we come and rescue.
Thanks for coming back for us, sir. We owe you one. Pretty sure those things were gonna have us for dinner.
Alright, and so we save the good guy.
Fascinating. The Taurians appear to be in a late Stone Age state of development.
Now isn't the best time for an anthropology lecture, Skial.
And we're gonna head out of the cave. And here we go. Oh, the TOS goodness. We escort them out to safety.
Am I seeing things? Because those guys picking through the wreckage sure look like Klingons. Just what are Klingons doing on Taurus 2?
Let's find out. Ready phasers, just in case they're not in the mood for questions. Klingon. And just as before, always remember aim and crouch when firing. Now our goal is to collect dropped items. So you see,
Is that a
we
Klingon
learn how to
pad?
collect a
Give
drop.
it to me. I have some experience.
gonna
with
decrypt them.
Klingon data. Huh. My little sister's diary was harder to decrypt. Sure, Klingons are good at fighting, but computers aren't their strong suit. And voila! One Klingon pad, unlocked and ready for your inspection.
Captain Core, your plan has worked perfectly, sir. Many ships have fallen into our trap. We've snared a few merchant ships and a Starfleet science vessel so far. You'll be pleased to hear that we're picking up a Federation cruiser on long-range sensors. Constitution class. Time to hunt bigger game. Glory to the Empire!
Looks like the Klingons are using both guile and brute force here, Lieutenant. A pretty potent combination. The captain's definitely going to want to hear about this.
Remember, aim and crouch. Here we go. Need to defend against the Klingon squad. And they're coming. Remember, whenever you get knocked back, you come out of aim mode, so you need to re-enter it to keep your bonus.
Let's get back to the shuttle.
There we go.
Show up.
And so we keep pushing on. And here we go. Oh. There we go. Moving right along. Alrighty. And I do believe, there we go. Nothing more to fight. Okay, and we talk to Ensign Mears again.
We're ready to go when you are. Hope this thing's got enough fuel to get us back to the ship. Are you ready to board the shuttle, Lieutenant?
Okay. And here we go, back to our Constitution. Just about to finish our tutorial.
We made it. Never thought I'd be so happy to see a shuttle bay. I admit I had my doubts in the beginning. Didn't think I'd hold it together down there. Every time I heard those things roar. But here I am. Thanks for believing in me.
Alright. And now we get to learn some of the space thing. After we... Oh, here we go, fighting Klingon.
Bridge to shuttle bay. Please respond.
And we need to go to the communication panel and access the
We have
com.
some uninvited guests, Lieutenant. We've been boarded. The Klingons have breached the hull on the engineering deck and blocked our access. Since I can't send security in, I need you to secure the deck. Start with the engineering lab. We need to bring our plasma relays back online. After that, secure the armory and main engineering.
Alright.
I'm remembering an old Earth adage about leaping from frying pans into fires. Your orders, Lieutenant?
Alright, looks like I'm heading this way.
I'll cover you while you clear out the lab, Lieutenant.
Remember, aim and crouch. Back into aim mode. And let's get this guy.
shut down our primary plasma conduits. Get them running, fast.
Alright, so they've shut this down, so let's get them running. Reinitialize. We're learning how to interact with console.
Auxiliary power restored. Now clear out that armory.
Watch out! More Klingons!
And now we're clearing out the armory. And there we go.
Great work. Secure engineering next, if you can.
I think we can. Alright, Ensign Mears, let's talk to her.
We've cleared the rest of the deck, Lieutenant.
Alright, so I'm gonna clear out main engine. Of course, because that's what I do.
Bridge to engineering. Please respond. Nice work. Internal sensors showed you have secured the engineering deck. Check the power relays for the weapon systems. Looks like the Klingons fried them during the fight.
On it, sir. And of course, there we go. Restore weapon power.
Weapon power relays are
Love
up
the
and
sound.
running. Charge all phaser banks. I need you on the
And
bridge.
where is it? Alright, we're going up to the bridge. Turbo lift, and we tell it bridge. Here is the bridge.
Sir, incoming transmission.
And we're taking over Lieutenant Uhura's spot.
Federation starship, this is Captain Core. Surrender if you must, but I'd rather you fight with honor.
Alright. I'd rather we fight with honor. And now we check in with the captain.
Good work, Lieutenant. The Klingons will think twice before they try to board this ship again. Now take the helm. We need to get to a friendly sector.
Alright. So we're getting, you see, we get Tarsi as a bridge officer, and we get some gear. Now this is level appropriate gear, so it's mostly Mark II. We get a phaser beam array. Okay. And we get a shield array, as well as some impulse engines, which focus on turn. So I'm going to take this gear, and I'm going to accept Tarsi. She is a bridge officer, so alright. And now I'm to take the
Sensors are picking up Klingon power signatures in 2 nearby satellites. I'm thinking they're broadcasting the distress signals that lured in our ships. Bring us in close so we can scan them and find out.
Alright, so I'm supposed to bring them in. Alright. Now, what I like to do before I have to go and do anything is I have a certain set of keybinds and things that I like to use for my... Oh, and it looks like... Yay! It already put these on. So this is what I like to use. You by no means have to use this. Okay. First thing I like to make sure is that evasive maneuvers is in the slot right there, so I know which button to push for. My Weapons should always be on auto fire. Doing that, and any modifications there. Now remember your power levels. You want to have your weapons power at max. And even though we don't have any specializations yet, I want to lock that down, and just so I get used to running with it, I'm putting my aux power as my second highest. Saving this and moving back. Okay? Do this as soon as possible so you get used to it. Even though there's no bonuses for shields and things, you'll be fine. You'll get used to it. Alright, so I'm going to approach the ship. Alright. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and equip some of these just so that I have a bit of extra thing here. I'm going to put this so that I have all beams, and there we go. Because I don't like my... I don't like torps, at least not on a ship that's not a dedicated torp boat. So I'm putting that. Okay. So you'll notice now I have all beams, and I'm going to go and play. So I am going as fast as it will allow me to go. Alright, and scanning the...
Science report coming in now. The satellites are using a triaxilating signal. It's strong enough to cut through the interference and reach ships outside the nebula. Clever. Almost a shame we have to blow them up, isn't it?
Yes, it's a real tragedy. Alright, so I'm going to broadside. So notice I'm turning my ship so all three of my beams are firing.
One down, one to go.
Alright.
Looks like this one is shielded though.
And now I'm moving forward. I'm going to, at least temporarily, put some power into my engine so I can move a little faster. And there we go. Remember, engine power is tied to your speed, so the more power you have in engines, the faster you go. That's why I'm going to go ahead and put some power into my engines here. Because for now we don't have any of the normal bonuses you have at end game. We haven't begun speccing into anything. Alright, now I'm putting my power back the way I want. I'm turning to broadside, and I am shooting at the distress beacon. There we go. Alrighty, now I'm answering the hail.
Can you hear us? We're under attack by Klingon raiders. Our shields are buckling. Won't last long.
Hold on, Captain. We're on our way. Now I can move at full impulse, which will automatically redistribute my power. Yay. And I'm turning so I can broadside. There we go. Alright. So I have helped the freight. And again, you notice I'm using the gear that was given with the ship still right now, or that I've earned from drop. And I'm just using standard technique, making sure all of my weapons are firing, etc. I don't even have any beam upgrades, so that's not even Alright, so I'm transferring power.
Thanks for everything. Good luck with the Klingons.
Lieutenant, I made some modifications to our torpedo launcher. I think you'll like...
Alright. And now moving forward to the next part. Approaching the Klingon. It's always best to determine your style early. I know that I am a Park and Sparkle gal. This is my preferred method of fighting. So I learned how to do that really well. There we go.
Sensors, sir. Fire.
Now I'm coming out of full impulse early so that I have time to get my weapons power back up. As you can see, it's now at 100, so when I engage, and here we go. So when I engage, my weapons are at full power and will hit as hard as they can. There we go, all three. And you see I need to keep turning, of course, to keep all three in range. There we go. Again, we haven't put any spec points in. I have no beam abilities. There we go.
This is the USS Enterprise. Acknowledge, please.
Ooh. The Enterprise. Here we go.
Cub comes to fight beside the Wolfie, and now you will die with him as well. This isn't over, Kirk.
There we go. We've killed the D9 cruiser.
And your lackey.
Thank you for your assistance.
Sensors indicate there are no enemy vessels remaining in the sector. Okay.
Looks like we're done here, people. Starfleet Command wants us and Enterprise back for a debriefing on this mess. Helm, set a course for Earth space dock.
Alright. So now we're heading to Earth space dock. We've saved the Enterprise. And that concludes the initial tutorial. Alright, here we are at the 23rd century version of ESD. Notice the beam-in effect.
Captain Garrett wants to see you in his office, Lieutenant, but he says to feel free to mingle with the other officers first. I'd take him up on that if I were you. I mean, how often do you get the chance to meet the crew of the Enterprise? The best of the best.
Alright. So we are on Earth Space Dock. You'll notice here. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to find the bank. And I will tell you why. Nope, no bank there. Okay. It says I can mingle with the officers. I'm actually, well, okay. Let me talk to them.
It's been a pleasure working with you. I didn't enjoy going back to Taurus 2, but we got the job done thanks to you. Starfleet First Officers must be my good luck charm. Captain Garrett has requested me for a new logistics position here at ESD. Might not be as glamorous as the Final Frontier, but I've accepted. Until next time, good luck out there.
Alright, we got McCoy.
If you're going into the Lion's Den, you'll need a medical officer.
Cool. I like how they've used the stock, some of the stock sound. For those that are no longer available. Okay, let's see what Scotty has.
That was some fine work back there, friend. It's not every day one walks away from a brawl with the Klingons. You look familiar. If you don't mind me saying so. Have we met before? Ah, must be my imagination then. You meet a lot of folks serving in Starfleet, to be sure. By the way, I heard you ran into the local wildlife on Taurus 2. Right unfriendly devils, aren't they? I won't be forgetting those gigantic spears anytime soon. Look me up sometime. We'll have a drink and share some caveman tales.
Very nice. Let's see what O'Hara has to say.
Lieutenant O'Hara of the Starship Enterprise.
Okay, and Sulu.
May the great bird of the galaxy bless your planet.
We were in Starfleet Academy together.
All right. There's the armory. Alright, we got ship. Let's explore a little, and of course the turbo lift, which we can't take anywhere. So I'm gonna come out of there. Alright, here's the Admiral's office. Let's talk to Admiral Garrett, and that should open everything.
Thanks for coming. I have some good news to share. First off, Fleet promoted me to Admiral. I'll be working with Deep Space Command on several exploration initiatives there. Our ship's going to need a new captain. I've talked it over with Command, and they agree with my recommendation. You. Congratulations, my friend. I know the ship will be in good hands once I'm away. Don't think you've gotten rid of me, though. I plan on keeping you plenty busy out there.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. Every generation, Starfleet officers hear the call of duty. Hidden dangers lurk in space. and the threat of Klingon attack has made even the most stout-hearted reconsider their choice to travel throughout the stars. A last-ditch effort to find a common ground could end this conflict, but there are many who oppose peace. If the Federation is to be saved from chaos, new officers will need to take up the task of restoring peace. Live long and prosper, Lieutenant.
I've outlined important people you should talk to while visiting Earth Space Dock. Speak with the tailor to customize your appearance. After that, speak with the ship vendor to claim a shuttlecraft.
Alright, so I've gotten some items again, and now I should be able to find all of the... Yes. Okay. So now everything should be unlocked to me as I go around. And let me find... Okay, let's go find... Let's talk to the tailor. Thank you. Okay. Alright. So we've spoken with the tailor. And let's speak with the ship vendor. Almost forgot. I almost forgot I'm getting the Temporal Agent Special Pack. A Temporal Special Agent Pack. Okay. So let me see if I can find... And now I have to go talk to Admiral Garrett again.
I know that being a starship captain is a big responsibility, but I believe you're up to the task. If you feel that stay safe out there.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's see if anything's unlocked. Alrighty, after a short break, I am back continuing the first episode. Now, I've come up and I have accessed my account bank. I have to come up to my ship to do it. I was looking for a bank slot on the original ESD, could not find one. Alright, so you'll notice in my account bank I have a number of things all Mark II purple. What I did was I went through on another toon, my crafting toon, and I crafted most of this. You'll notice I have recoil compensate armor. This is for the critical damage that it adds. Okay, I have all crit D2 over weapons here, and you'll notice I have quite a bit. I have much more than I will need. This is in case of some mistakes. You'll also notice I have a number of anti-proton assault miniguns. These are my absolute favorite weapons. They're not necessarily the best, but these are the ones that I like the most. And then you'll notice I have just a number of personal shields, and I wasn't too concerned about the modifiers. I'll probably use one that has a cap and regeneration. I have tactical consoles that match the energy type I'm going to use. Okay, I have a EPS flow regulator, give me a little extra EPS. I have a warp core. Again, I wasn't too concerned about the mods because I'm not going to stay with this warp core. And then I have some impulse engines. I wasn't concerned about the mods. Okay, I have a ship shield. Again, wasn't concerned about the mods. I have a deflector. Again, not concerned about the mods. And I have, you'll notice I've gone through and crafted all my sponsorship tokens for my reputation. Now, these are of course things I was able to do because I have other full level toons. If this is your first toon, just go with what is dropped. Okay? Best thing you can do until you find a fleet. Once you find a fleet, you can look into the fleet bank, of course, that they have, and you can start looking for some better gear. On my first toons, I used to use the hand-me-down system for my bridge officers. I would take what I wanted. As I upgraded my gear, my bridge officers got my old gear. Now, the advantage of doing what I've done here, of crafting all of this ahead of time and handing it off to the new toon here. Alright, and there we go. And you'll see I am completely going to empty this account bank. Alright. The advantage of doing this is that all of these are usable right away, and I can upgrade them as I go. You'll notice I'm not going to need, of course, all of the anti-proton mag regulators right away, for example. And some of these I'm just going to have to store on my toon. Alright, now I do have some more stuff. I have some bridge officer manuals, etc., things that I knew I would need, which I shall claim later as I go. But the advantage of this is that I'm immediately geared out right away. So you'll notice I don't have a kit yet. That's fine. I don't necessarily need one. I will get a kit as I go. Let me respond to that. Okay, I will get a kit as I go, so I'm not too worried about that. I am going to go ahead and use the armor. Let's see, out of what I have, what I like. And let's see. So I think I like, let's go with this one. I'm gonna give me some resistance to disruptor, resistance to phaser, and will regenerate my hit points. Give me some extra regeneration there, so I'm gonna use that. And let's see, where was that? Cap times 2. Cap times 2 regen. I like this one best, so I'm gonna put that on there. Again, I wasn't looking too terribly on on the mods when I crafted. Since I know I have a lot of crit D on my armor, I'm going to see, I thought I saw one that said crit H times 2. There it is. I'm going to go ahead with as much crit H as I can on my weapon. As I said before, I like the minigun. I like the minigun because it reminds me of Scarface in the "Say hello to my little friend." It's one of my favorites. I just like it. It's the way it goes. So I'm using it. Alright, so you see here I'm all tricked out. The only thing I'm missing is a kit and some devices. That's fine. Alright, and Teacher's Corner is about to start. There we go. It's now going to have crit D2 over weapons. 2 and 3 of them. So now I have the lovely anti-proton, and I'm going to equip some of the gear. So now I have my deflector and shield, warp core. These will, of course, because of the upgrade system, these will grow with me as I go. So I'm not too terribly worried. There's my impulse engines. Okay. Alright, so these will grow with me as I go. So I have now everything that I crafted for that equipped. I have my engineering console. Okay. And I will of course be picking up the other things. I had picked up a plasmonic leech, etc., etc. I didn't have room for it in my account bank, so I will be picking those up later. And there we go. Okay. So, and of course, as I get other drops that are appropriate, I will put them in to fill my consoles. Okay. So, if I didn't have a crafting toon, I would either ask a friend to craft some of this for me, or I would look at a fleet bank, or possibly buy something on the exchange. If this is your first toon, you can, of course, if you have the Zen for it, spend $5, buy a couple keys, sell them off. Keys always sell really well, and keys are going for quite a bit of energy credits right now, so you can get more than enough to buy this level of gear and outfit your toon if you absolutely need to with a very small amount of real life money if you are willing to do that. If not, do what you can. Do what you need to do. Talk to friends, get in a fleet, take a thing or two from the fleet bank that you can use, okay, and upgrade as you go. You will get drops in the game that will help you, but decide on an energy type early. Make sure the consoles you use match that energy type, and fill out your things. Go for the best you can get. Don't worry about mods early on, because eventually you're going to replace this with either fleet gear or reputation gear. Okay? So don't worry too terribly much about the mods on the space gear as you go. Alright, so this has been Teacher's Corner Leveling a Toon Edition, and we'll see you next time.